Welcome to the Shifting with Marlee podcast. I'm Marlee. Thank you for joining me wherever you are. All that I ask of you, the listener, is to have an open mind and an open heart. And in return, I offer you myself. Today, I am so excited because we're going to talk about angels. We first explored the unseen world back in episode 30, Guided by Spirit, where we dove into spirit guides and our loved ones in spirit. Today, we're going to continue our journey into the unseen realms with an exploration on angels and the unconditional love and support and guidance they are always providing us. We're going to talk about how to connect with the angels and how to build our relationship with them and how to recognize their presence and so much more. We're going to have a really high vibe discussion today because that is the realm of the angels. Here to guide us on our journey today and share her wisdom is Ashley Rudek. Ashley is an angel guide reader, animal communicator, and Reiki practitioner who works with the angelic realm. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you so much for having me, Marlee.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to connect with you today.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Before we dive in, can you please let people know where they can find you?
Sure, you can find me on Instagram at Angel Connections with Ash, as well as my website, www.angelconnectionswithash.com, as well as I host the Angel Room and the Third Eye Library on Mighty Networks. And I'm now on YouTube, so at Angel Connections with Ash on YouTube as well.
Congratulations on the launch of your YouTube channel. So fun.
Thank you. I'm having so much fun with it.
And I want to give a quick plug for your animal communication sessions because I've done multiple sessions with you for my senior cat, and they've been really, really helpful and supportive. So I highly recommend Ashley's animal communication sessions.
Oh, thank you. Oh, they're just so much fun. And animals have such an amazing, beautiful, healing energy. And I just absolutely am honored every single time I get to connect in with animals. I love it.
So I also want to give a quick disclaimer before we start, Ashley. This is not a religious conversation today. We're talking about angels completely separate from any organized religion. I just felt like it was important to make that distinction.
Yes, 100%. I love that.
So to start off today, can you share with us a little bit about your personal connection to the angels and how that has grown and evolved over the years to where it is now?
Yeah, I grew up in a really Catholic household. Angels, pictures and angels were always just present in my house, whether we were talking about them, whether we had like a painting of an angel in our house. They were always just around. And I grew up going to church with my family. And so seeing the big statues of the angels in the church, they were always in my awareness. I do want to say that I no longer follow any religion. I just consider myself very spiritual. But I feel like my upbringing and my time with the Catholic Church and the religion has played a role in my connection to angels, because that's really where it started. And as I got older, I just continued to have this really innate belief in angels. And I found myself like talking to them and praying to them. And at that time, I always believed that, oh, well, I'll just pray to them and hopefully they'll help me out. I always felt like there's never this guarantee that they're going to help me, because I did feel like they were this like untouchable being that I could only pray to them. And obviously now I've come to realize that's not the case whatsoever. But I definitely grew up with this innate belief in them, and that just continued to grow as I got older and I started connecting in with spirit and with my intuition, and I began practicing mediumship. And it was after 1 month of practicing mediumship, and this was only a few years ago, that instead of the person's loved one coming through, it was an angel. And it absolutely floored me. And I saw this letter A in my mind's eye, because I'm very, very clairvoyant. And I saw this beautiful white, silky I don't know, like scarf float across my mind's eye, and it just made me feel like the the energy of an angel, the presence of an angel. And I thought, oh, I think this is an angel. And and the lovely girl who I was reading for said, oh, well, what does this angel have to say? And I was like, I don't know. So I asked this angel, do you have a message? And this angel did. And I was able to bring through a whole bunch of messages and some validations and some really beautiful healing messages. And that's what really, I think, really opened up my heart even more to the energy of angels. And that's when I decided to really dive in to learn more about them, especially on how to connect with them more. Because once they came through, I just wanted more of that energy. I wanted to know what they're all about, how is this working, and all of it.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I think your journey really highlights that anyone and everyone can connect with the angels. It's not some exclusive club reserved for a select few, right? The angels are there for everybody.
100%. Absolutely. It doesn't matter what kind of life you've lived, if you've made some really bad decisions, if you don't believe in anything to do with spirituality, doesn't matter what your beliefs are at all. Angels love us absolutely unconditionally. We all have an angel, a guardian angel, and we actually all have legions of angels that are supporting us, that are working with our spirit team. And some of us, it's our life path to never connect in with angels or spirit or walk that spiritual path or learn spirituality, and that's okay. And for other people who have an interest in angels and spirituality, the angels are just so excited and they're always supporting us and always guiding us no matter what our belief is, no matter what we're doing in our life. So even if like you don't believe in angels or anything, they're still going to be helping you. They're still sending signs. You're just not going to see it. And that's okay. That's your journey in life, right? So angels, they're just so uplifting. Their energy is so high vibe, like you've said. And they really exist to just support us and to guide us and to love us. And I think that's just really special. And it's my intention in this work that I do to show everyone exactly what angels, what they can do, how they can support us, how you can connect to them if you want to connect to them. Because they're absolutely not outside of us. I really deeply feel like that they're within us, they're within our heart. They are the divine that's in all of us.
That's so beautiful. It's so special. I'm like tearing up. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And how has connecting with the angels helped you specifically in your own life? Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, I feel like a big point in my life when I really leaned into the energy of angels was when we were moving a few years ago. And I was already connecting with angels and doing readings. But what helped me to connect to them on a more personal level was surrendering to them, like just fully surrendering my worries and my fears to them. Because in January of a few years ago, I just felt this strong nudge from, I feel like my soul, my intuition, probably spirit as well, saying like, it's time to move. You got to move. And we had been thinking about moving into a bigger house. And at that time, the market was going crazy. It was just growing and prices were going up, I feel like by the hour at that point. But I felt like it was time for us to move. And so I found myself pulling angel cards every morning for guidance. Like, okay, like, because we would look at numerous houses and nothing really fit what we wanted. And as we continued to look, the prices started going up, and we're like, oh my gosh, are we going to miss out and not be able to get into something that we want? And so I started playing cards every day and really leaning into the trust of angels and thanking them for coming in and helping us to find a house, thanking them for helping us on this journey. And so I really just began, I feel like my trust even deepened more. And I remember there was one day, especially where we really wanted to buy this brand new build. It wasn't even built yet. And we were going to go walk around the area and just look around. And I think that was really going to solidify our decision. And that morning I pulled an angel card, and the card was no. And I was like, what? Like, no, 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 angels. Like, I really want this. Like, brand new build is a beautiful area. I love it. And I was like, oh, this is so weird. And then so me and my husband we drove over to the area. We got out, we started walking around. And we realized that they were going to build all these tall condo towers right behind the house, and we would have had like no view. And that was something that we really wanted. So we decided not to buy it. And so I feel like the angels that morning were just giving some guidance like, hey, let's not maybe put our hopes up too much because I don't want you to be super disappointed. And of course, I didn't really understand that at the time. But later that day, I was like, okay, angels, thank you for that.
I love that. That's so amazing. That makes me happy. So, Ashley, let's dive into some specifics on angels. Can you please share with us some more of the different types of angels?
Yes, we all have a guardian angel. And this guardian angel, I love to talk about guardian angels. They are just amazing. So they were created solely for our soul. We each have a guardian angel, and this guardian angel has been with us through every single lifetime we've lived and will continue to be with us through every single lifetime we live after this one, if we choose to. And so they know us the best. They know our soul the best. And they are this beautiful angel that is always there. It's just a unique relationship we have with them. So if you have any curiosity about your guardian angel, just talk to them, ask them anything, tell them about your day. And I guarantee that they will bring you signs and messages. So there's the guardian angel. There are healing angels. So there's specific angels that just support us in healing. And I know this because in my healing sessions, or even in my animal communication sessions, when healing takes place, I see this legion of angels, and they tell me that they're healing angels. They come in specifically for the healing portion of the reading. And they show me how they're putting their hands over the animal. And then there's also healing spirit guides as well that work with them. So yeah, it's really beautiful, these healing angels that just exist to support in healing. So amazing. There's also the well-known archangels, and there's 12 main ones that I feel are most popular and most talked about, but there are definitely many, many more. Definitely Archangel Michael is one that is spoken of often, and there's been movies made about him, and he is, I feel, many people that I come across always ask me about Archangel Michael. And he is this beautiful archangel of protection. And he always comes in with more of a big brother energy. And he's in service to us for protecting us, for cutting any cords of energy that we're attached to that may not serve our highest good. And he's just a wonderful angel to call on anytime that you're feeling like you're needing protection. Absolutely. And there's Archangel Raphael that I work very closely with in all of my healing sessions, and mainly all my sessions. I always invite his energy in. He always comes forward as a male. And I do want to say that angels aren't male or female, they're just an energy, but they'll come forward to us and show themselves as feminine or masculine energy to help us understand them a little bit more. It's more of a helping the humans understand a little bit more. And Archangel Raphael is as the angel of healing, and so he supports us in all kinds of healing. And whenever we feel like we need, whether it's emotional healing or physical healing, he's always there for us.
Wow, so fascinating. I mean, we could probably go on and on about all the different archangels and all the different types of angels, but it's a whole other world, Ashley. It's so fascinating. And there's basically a giant team of angels supporting each one of us. And that just like makes me emotional to think about.
It is. It is an emotional thing. It's almost overwhelming that like, wow, we have these legions of angels. And when I connect with other people's angels, they literally show me like literally street blocks wide of angels just coming in behind the person. And then their spirit guides are behind the angels. And then their loved ones are behind the spirit guides. And like I can't even put into human words how guided we are by our team of spirit. It is just, yeah, I agree with you. It's emotional, it's overwhelming, and
Mm,
it's so beautiful. It's so
mm.
beautiful.
It's so beautiful. And that's what I really, really wanted to get across to people is just the amount of support and that we're not alone on this journey.
Absolutely. We are absolutely never, never alone. They're always with us on this energetic level. And all we need to do is just talk to them and invite them in closer.
Yes. So, what are the different ways that these different types of angels can help us in our day to day lives?
Yeah. So, for example, Archangel Michael, he helps us with protection. So, I'll use an example of how I used to use him all the time. When I was working in the elementary school system, being around many different energies all day long, it would be a lot energetically. So every morning and on my car ride to work, I would invite Archangel Michael to come in and just surround myself in the car in white light and protective energy, just envisioning this white light around my body that's going to be with me the whole entire day and just protect my energy, that my energy be mine and everybody else's energy be theirs. And I felt like, I honestly do feel like at the end of the day, I didn't feel as drained, I think is the way I can best explain it. And I would do this every single day. And I feel it really truly did help me. And Archangel Michael, even a couple months ago when when it was snowing here, the roads were really icy. It was super cold that night. There was ice and then it snowed, which made for even a more difficult commute. And I found myself just inviting Archangel Michael to surround the whole entire car with white light and protective energy. And I just felt this calm across me because I was starting to get anxious from the drive and I knew I still had 20 minutes to get home and how was how was that going to look? And I just felt this immediate calm and this kind of inner deep knowing like everything's going to be okay. Yeah. And it was. And I got home fine. Maybe it took me extra long, but that's okay. I got home safe.
Yeah, I actually also call an Archangel Michael for protection when I'm traveling and ask him to put his bubble of protection around me as well. And it definitely brings me a sense of calm and peace as well and helps calm my anxiety when I'm traveling. And I find it very, very effective.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful, his protection and his energy.
Energetic hygiene with the angels' help.
Yes, absolutely. Energetic hygiene with the
I,
angels.
I love it.
Yes, love
And those
it.
are just some of the ways that we can work with the angels in our daily lives, right? Is there any other way that's coming to mind?
Honestly, just talking to them throughout the day. If we're having a really stressful day, it's not healthy for us to be holding that all on our own shoulders, on our own energy. So I find personally what helps me, I talk to the angels all the time and I tell them I'll be walking around the house doing dishes or putting laundry away and I'm telling them about my worries or any concerns that I have or the stress that I'm feeling because there's an energy to our voice, to our vibration to our voice. And when we release that with the intention of giving that to the angels, it's just so simple. Like I talk to them, I tell them my worries, and I trust with the intention that they will receive that and take that from me. And they've told me in so many different sessions that we want to take that, we will hold that for you, we will hold your stress and we will turn that into positive energy. You don't have to carry that on your shoulders. It does not serve you to carry that energy with you.
That's so beautiful. Oh, I'm going to start doing that every single day. I'll share with you a quick story. My dad actually has always been super close with the angels and has talked about them in kind of casual, regular conversations my whole life, as far back as I can remember. He would always say things like, ask your angels for help as a form of advice, or he would thank the angels if something good happened. He even to this day, I kid you not, asks the angels to help him find a parking spot if he's driving around a crowded parking lot.
Yes.
So cute.
I love it. The parking, I do that all the time.
Oh my
I will
God.
ask, and my husband jokes with me. He's like, "You seriously have parking angels?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I invite them in, especially going to Costco." And my husband's witnessed this numerous times. He's like, "How is it that you always find a spot nearby?" And our Costco here is pretty busy. It's because, yeah, with the intention, thank you, angels, for helping me to find a parking spot. They will. Angels vibrate on such a higher frequency. Like they really connect with the energy of gratitude because gratitude is so uplifting. It's a higher vibration. So they like to be thanked like it's already happened, right? Like it's that energy. Like if I'm thanking an angel for helping me find a parking spot, I'm thanking them that it already happened, right? Rather than, oh, angels, can you please help find a parking spot? There's a difference in that energy, right?
That's a really important distinction. That's really great advice. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. And I love that your dad does that. That is amazing. And
You
yes,
know?
so simple. Just ask them for help. If we need guidance, if we need clarity, if you're feeling like your mind is just racing with all the things you have to do this week, give it to the angels. Hey, angels, thank you for helping me to find clarity on this and making this decision. And they will, because when we thank them and we talk to them, we are giving them permission to come in closer and connect with us. There's the universal law of free will. So yes, angels will support us and they will help us, but there's only, so much they can do. But when we thank them or when we put the intention out to connect with them, we now are giving them the permission to come in closer and to support us. And they're always just almost like I can see them dancing and jumping for joy that, oh, okay, I get to come in closer and really help.
Thank you for bringing that up, actually, because that was my next question for you was, can the angels intervene in our lives directly and redirect us or push us in a certain direction? Like what are they capable of doing, or what are they allowed to do rather?
Well, I feel like their capabilities are endless. They are absolutely capable of performing miracles, and they do. I mean, how many times have we all heard stories of miracles happening, right? A car crash happened and somebody walked away completely unharmed. So I do feel like angels have that capability. I do want to say that I believe that we go into this life having mapped out our whole entire life, kind of like having a blueprint of what our life's going to be, like main goals, right? And a lot of that, there's free will always comes into play. So we're not always going to follow everything that's kind of on this blueprint that we've created. But I do feel like there's certain experiences that our soul wants to go through. And so, say, for example, if I wanted to go on a road trip and all of a sudden I decide that I want to take a different route and go along the coast where there's cliffs. And all of a sudden I end up getting a car accident and I was just about to go off the cliff, right? If I wasn't meant to pass away and die at that point in time, if that was not like my time to pass away, they will swoop in because that was my free will. I could have gone on the main road that I had mapped out I was going to go, but my free will, I chose to go a different direction. And, they can't do anything about that, but they're always watching over us, right? And if an angel knows is going on this other direction and this is going to happen, they'll swoop in and they'll help us. So maybe I got in that car accident, but I wasn't hurt or I didn't pass away, things like that. So that's like an example of like a miracle.
Right. And I think that free will distinction is important. And I think that's where their correct me if I'm wrong, that's where their limits are, is our
Yes.
free will.
100%. Yeah, because we have that blueprint that map that we're following here in life. But when we choose to kind of go off that, and that's absolutely fine if we choose that. We're here, we're humans with this free will to do what we want. And I think that's fabulous.
Earth really is a playground for our souls where we have free will. And that's a big reason our souls came here, is to explore that.
100%. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I love what you said, and I want to highlight this because I think it's really, really important. It's all about inviting the angels into our lives and giving them that permission. We have to provide that opening.
Yes, 100%. Because angels abide by that universal law. There are universal laws, and they cannot just come on in whenever, even though they want to help us, right? So, and they, of course, they are helping us, but only to an extent. So when we do invite them in, absolutely, it just gives them all of this big opening to come in and support us on ways that I feel like maybe we would have not even known that we needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And is it important, Ashley, to call on or invite in a specific type of angel, like our guardian angel or a specific archangel, when you're inviting them in? Or is just asking for the help of the angels in general okay as well? Which is better? Which one do you recommend?
I feel like it's really up to you. If you feel like calling in a specific angel, then your intuition's telling you that you need that support. It's absolutely fine to call in any of the angels because when we call in the angels in general, the angels on their realm know who needs to come down and support us, which angel is going to be the best, and they'll just automatically come down to support us. So we can just surrender that, knowing that they know what's best for our highest good.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So it's whatever you're feeling, basically, whatever resonates with you in that moment.
Yes, and trust that the angels know what's best for our highest good.
Yes, trust. So, Ashley, what are the signs that the angels are with us and that we're connected to them?
Yes. So there are physical signs, such as we've all heard of angel numbers, which is repetitive numbers like 111, 222. They all have this higher vibrational frequency to them. Angels love to communicate to us through different signs like that, or through birds, through any winged animal, because wings, the flight, the airy feeling, that is that uplifting energy of angels, butterflies, feathers, really, and it could be really any other sign that we see in our daily life that makes us either think of angels or gives us that feeling of upliftment, of support. Absolutely. So the feelings that we would receive when we're receiving guidance and healing from the angels is upliftment, of inspiration, of motivation, of unconditional love, of peace. Those are some of the feelings that we'll feel when angels are connecting to us. That subtle, soft energy. It's very uplifting and very soothing and very comforting.
What about any sensations in the bodies besides feelings?
So when I'm connecting to angels, I know that they're really coming close to me when I'm feeling a little gust of cold air. Usually my feet are the first thing I feel energy is around my feet, and I'll feel some cold energy around my feet will get really, really, really cold. Usually when I'm in a session, I will have a heated blanket on my legs. We all will feel energy differently, whether it's our spirit guides, our loved ones, angels. I mean, when I first started connecting with spirit in general, I feel like that was more of my spirit guides. I would be sweating. Like I just got so hot. And so, that will change as we connect. And I feel we all have our own way of connecting and feeling energy. And for me, when I put the intention out to connect to angels, I always feel cold. And that's just my own sign. But please know that when you go to connect with your angels or you intentionally talk to them, whatever you're feeling in that moment is going to be the sign from them that they're close. So it's very individual to everybody, but I will definitely feel cold around my feet. I definitely will start smiling and I'll just feel that comforting feeling. I feel like the room gets filled with love.
I love that. And now everyone listening can keep their eyes peeled for signs from the angels.
Absolutely.
And I'll share my personal experiences. So, in my body, I get chills and tingling sensations, especially on my back. And then also, like you said, a sense of calm and peace that washes over me. And I also find myself smiling ear to ear, kind of unintentionally out of nowhere. Those are my big signs in my body. And then for physical signs, kind of in my environment, I do personally see a lot of angel numbers on a daily basis, but I kid you not, in the past 2 weeks, as I've been prepping for this podcast episode, I have seen so many feathers out of the blue the past 2 weeks. It's been really special and really affirming.
I love that. Oh, yeah. I mean, because we don't see them very often, right? Like, so when we do see them, it's just one of those signs that just like you can't help but stop in your tracks and be like, whoa, okay, where did that come from? That's really cool.
Yeah, totally. All right, Ashley. So let's get now into the how of it. You've obviously talked a little bit about how to connect, but let's get specific. Can you please share with us some tips and tools for connecting with the angels?
Yes, I'm absolutely happy to. So, to connect with our angels, I feel like intention is so, so key. So, we want to place our intention in our mind that we want to connect with the angels and that we're excited to connect with them and to receive what they have for us. So, to place the intention, whether it's just in your mind or whether you're saying it out loud, thank you, angels, for coming close to me and helping me to feel you, to sense you, to receive your messages in whichever way you would like me to receive them. So I feel like intention is so, so key in connecting to angels and in spirit in general. Angels, especially, it's important to raise our vibrations. Angels reside on this very high vibrational frequency. And so, us here on Earth, we vibrate on a much lower, dense frequency. So, to raise our vibrations, we want to maybe think about something we're really grateful for. The practice of gratitude lifts our vibrations immediately because the energy of gratitude is uplifting. So, in my sessions, I always ask my clients, can you please think of something that you're really grateful for as we take a couple of deep breaths? And breath work at the same time really calms our nervous system and helps to elevate our energy too. So I find that taking a couple deep breaths while thinking of something that we're grateful for together really helps to raise our vibrations, because we want to raise our vibrations up to the angels. We're not going to go all the way up because they reside on such a high frequency. But as we raise our vibrations, they're also lowering their vibrations, and we'll meet in this beautiful vibrational space in the middle where we connect.
I love it. It's that simple, right? It's that simple. The power of our intentions blows my mind.
And the power of us, like how powerful we are as humans. It's like you said, it's so subtle and it's so easy. And it's just like that. The power of an intention to connect to an angel, that's all it is. It's so subtle. And if we trust and we trust in ourselves and the power that we carry, I feel like miracles will happen.
Me too. I love it. So, Ashley, how can we take this even further and build our relationship with the angels and make that connection even stronger?
That's a great question. I feel like just involving the angels in our day to day life, something as simple as just talking to them. I go around the house talking to them all the time. And whether I'm just thinking about them or I'm telling them about my day or I'm thanking them for support, just involving them in your daily life. And it doesn't even have to be daily. Just when we put, again, our intention or our attention on them, it just strengthens that bond that we all have, that connection that we all innately have to angels. It just lights up, I feel like when I see it, it lights up this beautiful cord of connection between us and the angels. So simply just thinking about them and talking to them can absolutely help us strengthen our connection to them. Because the more we talk to them, the more our awareness is on them, the more we're going to see signs. So if I'm reading a book about angels, I am more likely to see signs and feel energy and be thinking about them more. And that's the power of books. That's the power of knowledge, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And consistency and repetition are the keys, right?
100%. Yes.
I personally started inviting the angels into my life more a couple years ago, and I've stayed pretty consistent since then. And I have found that my connection to them has grown and I'm able to connect in easier and feel them easier as time goes on.
Absolutely. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. And also, like, if we don't talk to our angels or think about them for like months at a time, that's okay too. They're still there. They're still guiding us and supporting us and absolutely loving us unconditionally. They know that we're here on this earth living this human experience. They understand what we're going through and they have nothing but unconditional love for us. And they're always overjoyed when we talk to them and we think about them and we invite them in. Absolutely overjoyed. It's almost like I can't even explain that feeling. It's so beautiful.
That makes me smile. So, Ashley, I know in your sessions with clients, you are connecting with the angelic realm and channeling messages for your clients. So I'm curious, what are some of the most common messages that you see come up? And are there any common themes that come through?
Yes, I feel like common messages that come through, I feel it's more so feelings. Like angels want to bring us these feelings. What I really feel is it's all rooted in healing. So they will bring us messages that are very uplifting to lift our vibrations. If they know that we're struggling with something right now, they're going to bring us messages of gentle guidance to lift up our vibration, to help us to gain clarity on maybe decisions we need to make, or in clarity on how we want to pursue certain things in our life. So, absolutely, the uplifting energy, motivational messages, motivating us. They love to bring forward information about us, like how powerful we are, how amazing we are. I'll bring through messages for a client of how the angels see them. And the angels will talk about their strength and things that they've done in their life that have gotten to them to where they are. It's like this gentle reminder, like, look how amazing you are, look how powerful you are. They want to come forward and just remind us we are everything that we need in this world. So angel guidance comes through with a subtle uplifting energy. It's not always that direct kind of psychic messages like, oh, you're going to get this job next month. They'll talk about how we're feeling about that job. They're going to talk about where we are right now in our life and what we need in our own hearts, like what our heart really needs to know right now versus maybe not so much the material stuff. I mean, they will bring through that. I also feel like when I'm in these sessions, in all of my sessions, when I'm connecting to angels, the guides are always very much present too. So the guides will come forward with more like human messages, like material type of messages.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's just so, so beautiful. And the angels just bring so much love and peace and comfort. And I know for me, from my sessions that I've done with you personally, they also regularly bring through the messages to remind us to play and have fun.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just like, why do they want us to play and have fun? Because how do we feel when we do that, right? We're so excited, we're happy, our vibrations are raised. We are inspired, we're motivated. They encourage us to get into that energy when we're feeling down, when we're feeling stuck. And so they bring these beautiful inspirations. It really is so uplifting. And I also want to say what they always bring in every session is healing. I feel like angels come with this rooted message of healing, whether it's just through the words that I say from them, the channel messages that have healing in them, or whether they actually stop me in my tracks and I get what tends to happen is I'll get out of breath in a session and I'll feel the energy coming through. And then I'll almost just stop mid sentence and place my hand to my heart and then ask my client to put their hand to their heart and just receive the energy, feel this beautiful flowing energy to their heart from the angels. And most of the time, I'll see the colors that the angels are showing me that's flowing through this energy stream, or they'll send me messages as that's happening, or we'll just sit in silence because the angels know that's what that person needs at the time. So, healing, I feel in every session comes through, whether it's very subtle or very strong. But angels bring this energy of healing to all of us.
I love that. So, actually, absolutely no pressure here. But if you're feeling it, is there a message that you can maybe bring through from the angels now for the collective of people who will be listening to this episode?
Yes, I would love to. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm just going to shuffle some cards. I have my angel cards here. And I like to start off with angel cards because as I'm shuffling the cards, I'm building the energy of connecting with the angels. I'm inviting them in. I'm thanking them for coming forward and bringing through a message for the collective. I also feel like as my hands move while I'm shuffling, it just stirs up this energy. Oh, I got the card angelic protection.
Oh, I love that.
Love it. And we've talked about a lot about protection in this episode. And so the angels, through this card of angelic protection, they're really wanting to bring forward that we're right here. We're here to protect you. We're here to support you. Anytime that you feel like you need anything, we're here. And also know that you are never alone. We understand that you're here in this human experience. We understand the challenges. We understand the celebrations. And we want you to know that we're always with you. We're cheering you on and we're sending you love and we're sending you light. And we're just so incredibly proud of you. And anytime that you need absolutely anything, we're always going to be here for you. We are just a thought away.
Hmm. My heart is full. Thank you. I love that so much.
Oh, I love those messages. I'm always in awe after like what comes through my mouth because I'm just like, oh my goodness, they're just so amazing.
Thank you, angels.
Thank you, angels. Yes.
So, Ashley, is there anything we haven't covered yet that you wish more people understood about the angels?
What I wish that people understood about the angels is that anyone can connect to them, that we all have angels who love us unconditionally, and they are not this untouchable being. They're not outside of us, they're actually within us. And all we have to do is just focus on our heart and focus on ourselves and our inner power and who we are. We already are connecting to angels when we're doing that. The divine lives within us. We are of the divine, of the angels. I feel that if we can all just open our hearts a little bit more to how powerful we are and how we really are so connected to the divine, that they're not just outside of us, that we are them, we are divine beings. And as divine beings, we have this beautiful power to do whatever we want in this life. And it's important to follow our truth, to follow our heart, follow our dreams in this life.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So, are there any additional resources that you recommend if people want to explore connecting with the angels further on their own?
Yeah, there's so much out there these days. And I'm going to start off with talking about a resource that really supported me in my development, and that's Kyle Gray. He is a Hay House author. He's written numerous books about angels, and he has been a beautiful inspiration to me in connecting to angels. So I all the angel oracle card decks I use are of his. And he has beautiful decks that I just absolutely love working with. So besides Kyle Gray, I'm also hosting the Angel Room on Third Eye Library. And so I have put out a few YouTube videos as well as a guided meditation to support people to connect in with their angels.
And Ashley, and I just want to point out these resources that you're mentioning on YouTube, your YouTube channel, your Angel Room in the Third Eye Library, these are all free resources. Am I right?
Yes, they're absolutely all free. Yes, the Third Eye Library, which is a space off of social media on the Mighty Networks. It's an app and a website, and it's a library of numerous resources. There's different rooms on mediumship, on Akashic records, on oracle cards, on animal medicine, and I host the Angel Room in there. And I am proud to have that space where I can talk about angels, where I'll eventually be leading classes about angels, where I'll be doing live guided meditations to connect with our angels and our guardian angels. I love that space where everyone can come in and connect with each other to talk about similar interests that we all have. Because I know I grew up not having a lot of friends that were interested in all the spiritual topics that I was. I loved crystals and not many of my friends did. And so to have this space online where we can connect with other people who have similar interests and build friendships and connections, it's so beautiful. And I just love talking about angels. So I'm hoping to just continue providing lots of resources and information and, of course, messages.
Yes, thank you. And I also want to shout out Diana Cooper because I personally learned most of what I know about angels from her. And she's written several books, and I work every day with her Archangel Oracle cards, which I highly recommend, in addition to the one you recommended.
Yes, Diana Cooper is a wonderful, wonderful person, and she has beautiful oracle cards. I agree.
Yes. So, Ashley, switching gears now to a more higher level perspective. How can more people connecting with the angels help us create a better world?
Yes, I feel like if we were to all practice acceptance and respect and understand that we're all born with everything that we need in this world and that we're all so powerful. And my hope for this world is that we let go of the feelings of greed and all those lower vibrational feelings and understand each other more and take the time to understand each other more and to help each other out and to support each other, of course, with the support of the divine, the angels, and our guides. I feel like this world will be such a better place, and I feel like if we all connect in with our own divine power, our own divine energy. And as we do that, we raise our vibrations. And as a collective, we'll all collectively raise our vibrations and in turn raise the vibrations of this planet so that it can be what I feel like it's meant to be.
Yes, I love that answer. The angels are here to support us and they want us to succeed and reach our highest potential. And if we allow them into our lives, we can co-create such a beautiful world with them.
I love that so much. Yes, absolutely.
Ashley, thank you so much for being here today and spreading the angel wisdom. I'm just so grateful. And I really, really enjoyed this conversation. I feel so lit up right now.
Thank you so much, Marlee, for having me. It's been a joy to chat with you and talk all about angels. I just love it. Don't you feel like just like you're just floating right now? That's that
Yes,
angel
I've the
energy.
angel energy, biggest smile on my face.
Yes, when we talk about them, that's all it takes is us just talking about them and you can't help but feel a little floaty and uplifted. I love it.
Yes. I have one final question for you, Ashley. What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth?
Yes, my vision is for all of us to just connect more with each other, connect in with ourselves. And we all look at this world and look at our life from the lens of love, from the lens of acceptance, of joy, of peace.
I've said this before on this podcast. We are so supported and so held. We are not alone on this journey. The unseen world is so vast, so expansive, and filled with so many high vibrational beings like our spirit guides and the angels who want to see us succeed. The love and guidance from the angels is always there, but it's up to us to open ourselves up to receive it. As Ashley says, the angels are only a thought away. It's my wish for you to experience and feel the infinite, unconditional love beaming out to you from the angels in the universe. You are worthy just by being alive. Let us co-create a more loving world with the angels' help. I'll end today with a quote from Eileen Elias Freeman. Angels are all around us, all the time, in the very air we breathe.